Alright, get a move on. It's not like these reviews are going to shoot themselves. Okay. Just because, why not? Ava, you really should be reviewing this one first, because chronologically it came out first. Yeah, but I want to get this one out of the way, because it's not like I actually wanted it. Ever. Didn't even have the blueprint planned. By the way, if the eyes are usually green... Come on, select. Hello. If the eyes are usually red... I don't know what happened there. If the eyes are usually green here, why is it that in Awakened mode they don't change? Have them become like blue or gold or GN particle green. Why can they do that? Okay, anyways, here we go. Don't get me wrong, I like the Unicorn Gundam and its various modified versions over time. I just don't like the way the Awakened version is treated in SDGO. That's all. Don't fire splash. Cluster missiles. Meh reload. Yeah, whatever. Okay. It's pretty damn bad. For dumbfire on an SS rank, that's a bad reload, by the way. Oh, and that acted increased agility, enemy funnels. Wow, it took a really long time. Okay, moving on to the long-range weapon. Eight shots, but long range has got a good reload on it. Wow, that actually has a... Okay, I take it back. That actually... The A-rank Unicorn, the beam rifle had a damn good reload. I think it had like 10 or 12 shots, but it had a reload up, which is unusual on a long-range beam rifle, and the thing can spam like hell. I take it back. This is actually a damn good spammer. Well, about as close to the line as you can get with an S rank that can spam long range, which usually very biased in this game, or it's treated with the least amount of respect in terms of the developers and MLGs. So you can actually lean on the beam rifle in this. That's actually surprising, and the dumbfire is actually takes longer to reload. I'm very surprised by that. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. Now for the fun part. Guarding funnels. Yes. Presumably it's going to be 6 shots, and they come back right away. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, I wish I could move my cursor in here, both skills are active. That's very, very, very rare to have both skills active at exactly the same time. The NTD is already active, which means you are going to be reflecting, or you're going to be bouncing those remote weapons back, which is a unique trait to the NTD. So it's amazing. And by the way, notice it's not one shot coming from these guarding funnels. And actually burned out. Okay, let's see. It's actually a beam machine gun. That being said, they're not doing as much damage as I had hoped they would. Ooh, nice. Well, that's it for the good stuff. Oh, come on, Ava. Melee's fantastic. It's so easy. No, it's not easy. There's a challenge to it. Yeah, well, the challenge is to my computer, which totally can't handle it. So this is a purge. Once this happens, you can't go back. Moving on. And they never know which mode you're in. Oh yeah, a dash with some sort of... What did that do? I don't think that did anything. And... Wait, that's it? They both have about the same reload. What? I don't understand. Okay, so that's a dash. That's good. What does this do? Oh, it's just a kick. Must be the not char kick or the I hate char kick. Maybe that's what it's called. I can't remember. Huh. Okay then. I don't remember. It's hard to imitate a mobile suit tearing the hell out of another one physically with its bare hands in SDGO. That's kind of a difficult thing. But I do want to see how long the recharge in these is. Hmm. It's actually they're the same. Which okay, that doesn't bother me. Hmm. I like how he oh so casually, just like in the OVA, by the way, he just kind of casually beats the snot out of you, or calmly and casually beats the snot out of you. Very, I am a mobile suit god kind of attitude, if I do say so myself. Oh, I wonder if you can combo with this. Let's find out. By the way, in case you're wondering, those are shields. Those shields are actually shielding. So, yes. Okay, I want to see if I can combo. Let's see. I totally did that wrong. That was one of the slowest combos you've ever seen. You play Guild Wars for long enough and you start forgetting how to play SDGO. I'm actually forgetting which buttons I'm supposed to hit. It's getting to that point. Okay, let's try this again. And I totally did that wrong. That's strange. I thought this was a scissors for some reason. Oh, if I've hit melee, I guess it's no wonder. Alright, whatever. It says increased agility. Should I, I can slowly kill these things now, or at least get the NTD active. There we go. Yeah, agility. So I guess that makes a difference. Enemy's funnel weapon eroded. Okay, then. Yep, definitely a rock. Definitely an answering rocks. Oh, definitely. I wonder if it'll actually change in this mode. Oh, it's just a small... Okay, so it might actually go from corner to corner. Get these guys out of my way. They should be standing in the middle of the map as opposed to... Okay. Oh, okay, so it's just short. Okay, whatever. Now to do that combo. No, I can't. These guys won't survive. Definitely not survive. Definitely won't survive. No, definitely not. Okay, so I think I want to do 1, 2, 1, 3, because 3 is the knockdown. Okay, I think you actually can 8-hit with it, but you have to go 1, 2, 1, 3, because 3 is just an instant knockdown. So, and this is a two-part dash. So in other words, if you just click once, it won't actually knock over. My only problem with this unit ever, well, dumbfire, whatever. You know, they do fair enough damage, you know, whatever. I think the AR Dynamas full shield might actually do more damage, just saying. And they might reload faster, which is a paper, by the way. Can you spell irony? Other than the dumbfire. And I was also a bit concerned that the reload on this, just because all of those S-rank unicorns that have the beam magnum, I was concerned that they would have that this would have a bad reload. Turns out it doesn't. This actually has a better reload than I thought it would. Okay, so aside from dumbfire with an unusually low reload, like this actually surprises me. Other than that, my only problem with this unit has been the fact that it purged into pure melee. Now, that is consistent with what happens in the OVA. I won't say why in case you haven't seen it yet, but that is consistent. regardless, needless to say, it actually loses all. It loses all of its weapons. It loses all of its ranged weapons, with the exception of the shield bits or the shield funnels. I think they're called. I can't remember. Which is why they're always here when it purges. So that it purges into pure melee does not surprise me. It's just not the play style in SDGO that I like. It doesn't mean I dislike the Unicorn Gundam in general any less. It just means in SDGO's portrayal of it, I didn't want this particular version of it. There are plenty of other versions of the Unicorn Gundam that I really enjoy using. It's just this one just bugs me. It's got an eye field, which is really nice, and it's got the entity that activates instantly. Oops, wrong one. Which, wow, how often do you see both skills active at full HP? How often does it happen? And the answer is not very. Oh, I forgot to look at the range spec. Oh, I can look at it later. I might actually play with this, despite the fact that it's got... I mean, how often do I melee properly? The answer is I don't. The reload on the shield bits is shield bits, shield funnels. I can't remember what they're called. I don't know if they have a designation. But despite, by the way, they shoot. Oh, I guess they don't in this one. Okay, whatever. Despite purging, don't get me wrong. This is good melee. I love it's got a dash. That just makes it work for me. And it's got an instant knockdown. I think the only problem might be, God, am I actually thinking about changing the reload rate on the close range weapon as opposed to the medium or the long range? God, what's wrong with me? Okay, so I don't again. I'm going to say this too many times here. I apologize. Again, despite the fact that it purges, I like the melee types that they provide. The one-hit knockdown, okay, whatever. I would have preferred like a two-hit so you could combo again, but a one-hit knockdown, okay, I can live with that. Whatever. Dumbfire, probably the only thing I can really complain about. And again, Dumbfire is just, well, actually no. The damage didn't seem that great, and the reload didn't seem that great. This is an SS rank. It even says it right there. I think it does. I don't know why it's blocking it. That's actually weird. The Dumbfire actually has a slower than usual for as much as I bitch and complain about Dumbfire, not just in terms of how I use it, but in terms of how it is used in the game. The reload on that is actually unusually low, and the damage is unusually low for an SS rank, by the way. There are other S ranks that can they can pump shell better than anything else in the game, which they're kind of supposed to. The Beam Magnum has a very good reload, and the damage seemed just fine. The reload is what surprised me the most, because the only Unicorn Gundam that has a really good beam rifle on it, including this one, by the way, the only one I really enjoyed was the A rank, because it's got that reload up, and you can this is basically an alternate version of the beam. I'm sorry, the Gundam mag coating. It literally is. It's they're kind of the same thing, just because they've got a long range. Well, no, they can spam, and they've got an unusual reload up, which helps both weapons. I actually really like the A rank unicorns. I can actually spam the Dumbfire and not have to panic like, oh my God, I'm so terrible using Dumbfire. I don't have, as a player, I don't have to worry about that because it actually really works. But the beam Magnum, the beam rifle on the beam Gatling gun, on the Unicorn beam Gatling gun, this beam rifle actually has a bad reload. Actually doesn't have a good reload. They treat it like it actually does not less damage, but it performs lower than the A rank version done. This beam rifle actually performs lower, what am I saying? The A rank Unicorn's beam rifle is probably the best performing beam rifle out of all the Unicorn Gundams. Any Gundam that has the name Unicorn attached to it in SCGO, be it A rank or S rank, this is the best beam rifle of them all. That being said, Uh, God damn it, that combo thing. I hate that. That being said, the Awaken mode's beam rifle, pretty. Like it's pretty pretty. Why is that highlighted? I don't know. So yes, I really like that beam rifle. That surprised me. Oh, it's the Awakened version. It's the ultimate version. Well, then the full armor version should have been more powerful. The beam Gatling should have been more powerful. But the reload on the beam Gatling is amazing. No, it's not. Despite the fact that it's got beam machine guns on it, it actually doesn't have that great a reload. But I'll get to. Actually, I already did. I already did a review of the beam Gatling. So, anyways, yeah. Shield funnels. 5 or 6 hits depending on what mood the shield funnels are in. Whatever. Okay, and they're guarding, which is nice. Uh, 5 hits, whatever. You know, I almost I just wish. Oh, I wish this was a multi-mode unit rather than a purging unit. I would actually love to use this thing, but it purges. It just drives me. That's the exact same reason I don't use my. It's not. What's that thing called? Uh, which one is it? Oh, the Skull Heart Folkloth. That's the only reason I don't use this more often. It's amazingly powerful. I would almost call it broken, almost, but it does kind of deserve the power that it has behind it, the DPS and all those things. I actually deserve it. The only thing that stops me from using this is it purges into pure melee. But I've already reviewed this one as well. So purging into pure melee just that just I can't do it. In this case, I wish it would multi-mode, but in this case, I also know why it changes. So, lest I complain about continuity between SDGO and the original content, blah, 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 blah. Moving on. Uh, units movement speed is increased. Oh, that's funny. It just said agility. It didn't say movement speed. It said agility. I'm pretty sure it said agility. Yeah, it says agility right there. Look at that. What the hell? Okay, so which one is it? Is it movement speed or is it agility? Come on. Enemy's funnel weapon eroded. Again, that makes no sense whatsoever. Because I'm pretty certain that the NTD description in all the other unicorns, the A ranks and the S ranks, I'm pretty sure it says, dear God, don't scrap that. Um, let's see. Enemy funnel weapon eroded. Okay, that's another stupid example. Uh, let's see. What does this say? Oh wait, I don't have to do that. Click. Come on, there you go. Nullify enemy funnels. Now that makes sense because the funnels don't attack you anymore. But eroded? Does eroded mean that they do less damage or they reduce the damage over time? Considering these things are only deployed for about 3 hits or about 5 seconds or whatever it is. Erosion on a remote weapon would actually not make any difference in this game. So you might actually want to reword that so that it says enemy funnel weapons neutralized, or rather, they're not all funnels, they're actually called remotes in this game. So don't call them enemy funnels, call them enemy remote weapons are neutralized. And by the way, you really, really need to get some punctuation in there. Unit should be capitalized. Dumb ass. I love the fact that it activates at full health. That's so rare in this game. Mini Eifeld, blah, 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 whatever. I'm guessing the shoulders and one of the shields. If it's all 3 shields, that'll be funny. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I can't remember how the third one goes. One of the shields? Oh. Alright, whatever. Okay, whatever. And presumably this colors up the same way as all the other unicorns. It might. I'm not sure. It's not like the green coloring isn't going to notify people. Oh, you're fighting against the full armor. No, no, no. That's the beam gatling. It's the full armor. How can you tell? Because that's gray. It's green all the time. I don't know, man. It still looks like that. It's the full armor. It's the Awaken version. Trust me. It's offhand. It's looking about the same. Yeah, that colors. And then what are these? The shields? Yeah, the shields. Well, if I could come up with an actual... Wait, what? Oh, look, they changed it. For some reason, they changed it. It's the shields and some random bits of shit. For some reason, like they just did that. Anything on the back? Let's see. Easy way to find out. Yeah, they just color these little things on the front. I don't know why, but okay. So what would I do with it? I don't know. I still haven't come up with a proper coloring for this. Ooh, I don't have any. That's unfortunate. That almost looks better. And mysteriously, is it just me, or do the feet in the backpack? Let's see, how do I color this without the aura getting in the way? Is it just me, or does the backpack and the feet, do they kind of get darkened? Does it just become gray all of a sudden? I'm pretty sure that the coloring is consistent. It should be like a dark navy blue of some kind, and this actually, like, I might do this just to kind of make myself feel better, but for whatever reason, the Awaken version, it's the only one that does this too. Those are gray for some reason. And lest we forget, this actually doesn't have phase shift armor on it. Um, I wish I had painting recommendations. All I can say is be advised that um, that stuff, the green stuff, is always going to be in the way, and B, it is oh so slightly different from other versions. And I assure you, those are things that do not paint up in the other things. So I don't know. Put that there to simulate. I guess you could to make it blend in. I don't get it. Oh, and also the eyes can totally change where. Here we go. Pink. Pink eyes on a full armor unicorn. Maybe we should make it like its namesake. Let's see. That that mobile suit, that unit that should be really amazing in SDGO, but actually turned out to be crap. And the biggest crap, the biggest joke in the game, the full armor unicorn Gundam. Or full armor, just full armor Gundam, I'm sorry. I apologize. I goofed. Yeah, on second thought, I think this does color up differently. So that looks about the same. And that looks about the same. Not sure. But offhand, I would say that this is, I think this does color up differently. I don't know how to paint it. Just because I don't know how to paint unicorn Gundams. Because, like, ideally I want all of them to paint up exactly the same. That's just how I work. But in this case, it just, okay. You know, it occurs to me, I actually skipped through this whole thing. Okay, so what would I do with this? I was actually complaining about, I wish that these would recharge faster. So, I totally got those other things out of the way. I don't know why. Or at least I didn't get to this part. So, regardless of which one of these I choose, it's already rock. So, I'm not going to worry about mobility, obviously. Actually, I might want to do as much defense as I can. Just make it last longer. Because for me, um, that's the only medium range. Okay, that was good. That was, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Nope, nope, nope. I'll do that and that. Insufficient custom slots. Oh, okay, I forgot. And that, I would say these. Like, I can't believe that I am taking the time to uh, change the reload rate on melee. Like, this is something I never do. But if I do have to purge, and the chances of me purging this unit are slim to none, I avoid purging units as much as possible. There are exceptions unless I'm satisfied with both modes. And B, I usually don't purge into pure melee. So it's difficult for me to say that I would purge, but if I were to purge, I would recommend using the close range reload rates. I would recommend that because, it's already giving you 15% weapon reload rate as opposed to the 5% they'll give you on medium range or the 5% they'll give you on long range. Heaven forbid you can actually increase the reload rates. Do you know how much 5% is? Not pretty damn fucking much. I'll tell you that. 5% means nothing in this game. 15% close range combat bias. Oh, and a 10% increase in close range striking distance as opposed to 200 and 200, which means shit. Okay. So yeah, those things. So I would recommend. Well, it's your choice whether you want to do the medium range. The B Magnum actually is actually spammable. I'm genuinely surprised. I didn't know going in. I'm genuinely surprised. But now it occurs to me it's a close range combat unit that's spamming long range better than most papers do. Goddamn balance in this game. Goddamn. And then this has like you would think like the standard in SDGO is melee close range combat. Dumbfire usually performs pretty damn well in terms of the amount of damage it does compared to its energy weapon counterparts. And for whatever reason, the close range combat unit doesn't have a good dumbfire, but for whatever reason, the long range combat does better than the close range combat. Explain that one to me, Softmax, please. I don't get it. So yeah, if you're a dumbfire fan and you just can't stand with the fact that the reload rate is not that good, you might want to invest in upgrading the dumbfire. And then I wanted to go for a defensive build, so unit HP 500. Don't forget you also have a shield. Increase the shield just because it's got a shield in both modes, and it's got that shield in the other modes, so that's definitely good. Would I do the SP radar thing? Uh, you could, I suppose. That's always good to have around, always, always, always. But you have to pick a defensive build in order to actually use that thing, which is actually good. That. I'm actually glad that they didn't put the SP radar into the attack type or into the mobility type because that would be a bit OP. Unit attack increase? I don't think so at this point. I think it's just fine the way it is. It almost feels nerfed. Like the weapon one melee, I felt like this actually felt like it did meh damage for an SS rank. It was what 7 or 8 hits to kill a C rank, a common C rank. That actually concerns me. Now that I think about it, like okay, that's actually an issue right there. So attack type. This you can spam. This does fair damage. This does okay damage. These you do it more for the fact that it's a dash attack. By the way, combat combo, that makes no sense. It's a dash attack. It is not a combination. It's actually a dash. It should be called a dash attack. This should be called a kick because it is a kick. Combat. OGP. Melee. Melee dash. Kick. That should be changed. Please do, because this is not a combo. It's only 2 hits. It's a dash followed by an immediate knockdown. That's not a combo. When is it ever called a combo? It's not. Okay, so it's optional if you want to put the medium range reload on there. But I would say, and then do, unit defense increase. Consider doing the enhanced shield just because it does have a shield. I'm not going to do the shield just because I think it's a waste of a slot, just because I don't pay attention to shields. Although on the other hand, shields are actually pretty darn good to have around. So, well, at least until they burn out, the 2 shots they protect you from, whatever. But this, if you can get this level 12, this is always a good thing to have. Oh, look, 15%. And that's on top of the 9 points or whatever it is of defense you got right there. So yeah, full armor Unicorn Gundam Awakened mode. Just call it Full Armor Awakened or Unicorn Awakened, whatever. I hope they make a what's that called? A Banshee Awakened. It doesn't like Banshee Norn Awakened or something like that. I wonder if it like purges and then has its right leg missing or something like that. That would be kind of funny. And so with that, it's not one more time. Last time, aside from the fact that it purges, and these reloads are kind of weird, and the reload and damage on this is kind of weird. And this actually does really well. This is a good beam, long range spam on a rock. God, that fucking pisses me off. Off. Why? There's that. Aside from the fact the purges and those things, it's actually a pretty good unit. I'm genuinely surprised. I might actually consider using it a little bit. And I'm not just talking about burning it out and banishing it to the back of my hangar. Like, genuinely might actually use this thing. Um, it's actually it's not the SS I was hoping for. I was hoping that the full armor unicorn, the one with all the beam cannons and the rocket launchers, I was hoping that would be the SS, and that this would be the SR. This would be the rarest version of the unicorn. But aside from those little picks, this is a surprisingly good unit for fucking rock. Bias in this game. The bias. G Generation fucked up SDGO. This is Ave Unit 4A saying thanks for tuning in.